So hello and welcome. We are on day 15, which means we are hopefully halfway through SLC's lockdown countdown. I'm Kate Bifield, Head of Destination Marketing, and today I'm very privileged to be joined by Daniel Bainbridge, who is the UK and Europe's Regional Manager of Malaysian Airlines. So Daniel, thank you very much for joining us.
Hi.
Hi. So it has been a rather turbulent year, pardon the pun, to say the least, but the airline industry has been one of the fastest to adapt and pivot. So Daniel, can you talk us through some of the changes Malaysian Airlines has needed to make this year, or perhaps some of the things that are coming up down the pipeline that you've yet to change?
Certainly. I mean, there's a number of key areas. It's been a very turbulent year, as you can imagine, for us as well as for the oil industry. And I think, firstly, just as a local team here in London, we've had to make huge changes to the way that we work in terms of adopting all video conferencing and use of Microsoft Teams. And it's really sped up our move to a more digital way of working. So we've had a lot more move to digital signatures and other internal processes, which has really sped things up and improved efficiency, which is great, despite the fact we've all been working remotely. And then on the airline side, we've had to make huge changes. And I never thought we'd spend so much time talking about cleaning. So, you know, I think one of the things that we've been keen to do is to give customers reassurance on the measures and protocols that we are undertaking to keep them safe and keep our staff safe. So we are maintaining flying and keeping an operation going. So we're talking about HEPA filters on board, which basically cleanse sort of 99.97% of particles that are in the air and replenish the air on board every 2-3 minutes. We've spent a lot of time talking about cleaning protocols on board, cleaning bathrooms, cleaning high touch points on board aircraft. And we spent time putting cabin crew in PPE to serve meals. We've had to modify service standards, all of which we've had to adapt to quite quickly and innovate, and then also tell people about, so that they can feel confident and reassured when they fly, which is absolutely key. And then commercially, what we've done is tried to adapt our product offering to suit the way that customers are feeling. So in these uncertain times when borders are closed and you're not quite sure if you can enter a country 1 minute or quarantine the next, uncertainty is a big barrier to customer confidence in making bookings with us. So what we've done is introduce new fare products which have a higher degree of flexibility. So they offer refunds, changes, and introduced those products back in June, relatively early on in a lockdown period, really to give customers reassurance and a place that they feel comfortable booking with us moving forward. So I think those are some of the key things that we've done. I mean, one of the things that we've also had to do is adapt our schedule and network offering. So very quickly look at where we fly, how often we fly, and if it's not going to work, what do we fly? So we're very fortunate that Malaysia is a big exporter of PPE. So we've got a very big cargo side of our business. So we've spent a lot of time flying aircraft with cargo and large amounts of cargo, which has been a very useful cash generator for our business at a time when passenger demand is low. So really looking to try and innovate, adjust and take advantage of any opportunities that are out there to keep the business performing as well as you can under the circumstance.
Yeah, so huge amounts of change really for you.
Yes.
And really communication is key, and confidence is what's going to make all the difference. So it sounds like, you know, everything you're doing really is surrounding that kind of that main point. But absolutely, cleaning has never been high on my agenda, so I'm glad to hear that the airlines are top to bottom and on it. So my next question for you, it doesn't have to specifically be about the travel industry, but we're looking for examples, inspirational examples of what we're calling COVID innovation. And what I mean by that is anything, new technology, safety procedure, marketing campaign, anything that's been born out of this pandemic. So is there anything this year that sort of caught your eye or specifically impressed you?
I'm going to have to give you a personal example from my personal life, if that's all right. So I'm somebody who likes to go out and ride my bike and cycle or get to the gym, and obviously those things have been a little bit more tricky during lockdown. So the number of sort of exercise apps that have come onto the market and the ability to keep people active, to keep people's mental state and physical state active is key. So I'm going to call out Zwift, which is a great cycling app, which I've really recently started doing, and it means that I can join my fellow bikers and friends on virtual rides.
Okay.
So even from the comfort of my own home, I can go out on a bike ride on a route chosen digitally with people I like to cycle with. So I think it's a phenomenal area, and the sort of digital space for innovation in exercising at home has been very, very good, and keeping people active.
Yeah.
Keeps people mentally active as well, which is very, very good.
So can you choose your route anywhere in the world, and you're sort of virtually...
So this morning I went for a ride around London and up Box Hill, and there's international routes. I was riding through France yesterday, and there's New York. There's lots of different places you can ride. So I've really enjoyed that.
A great marketing idea for a tourist board out there somewhere to jump on it quickly to sponsor those routes.
It really would, and it's, you know, it can showcase a destination and gets people talking about it, and it's built up around a community, so people share their achievements, etc. So yes, very much so. Or
maybe for an airline, you should do the ultimate route. See if you can beat the plane somewhere.
That's a very good idea. That's a very good idea.
For free, Daniel. So finally, whether it's Malaysian or a partner airline, when the whole world is open to travel again, where will you be jetting off to first?
Well, I was due to go away several times this year, like probably a lot of people out there, and had to postpone. Had a wonderful holiday in Scotland this year, which was absolutely lovely. But I can't wait to get on board Malaysia Airlines and travel overseas. So as soon as borders open, hopefully in 2021, I'll be jetting off to Malaysia, probably to a nice island retreat in Langkawi, maybe lazing on the beach, maybe go over to Borneo and see some orangutans, and then probably stop over in Kuala Lumpur on the way back for some nightlife and nice Malaysian street food would be my plan.
That sounds like a good idea. I've not been out to Borneo yet, but I've heard magical things. So fingers crossed we're all getting on those planes next year. But thank you so much, for joining us. We won't take any more of your time, because I'm sure you're very busy with the cleaning protocol and everything else that you've got rostered in for this year. But well done to you and your team on what's been a very challenging year, and I hope to be flying Malaysian again soon.
Thank you very much.